Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is so great to have you here in the house for today's Success Life You Live. My name is Eric Reed, and I'm so glad you took time out of your busy day to jump in and join me. I know you got a lot going on. I know there's a lot happening in your world, and taking time out to jump in and join me, I consider that a gift, and I honor that gift. So thank you so much for jumping in and joining me. We're going to talk about this whole nice thing. It's kind of taken over. I mean, I've got books on my shelf. The Power of Nice. Learning to be nice. You know, I've said it. You've heard it. Nice guys finish last and all that. So we're going to talk about that. But don't worry. Don't worry. I haven't gone off my nice rocker. Just sort of want to shift the perspective a little. Maybe we'll call it a Monday morning mix-up. So, bon dia, Greg. Bon dia. Good to have you here in the house. Such a busy weekend. You know, it's funny. I guess if you're an entrepreneur, you're always working. And if you're not always working, you're always creating. Because in part, what you do is what you love to do. And so I think I don't realize I'm working. Like I was digging into a new book that I'm working through with a writer, and it was, pen in hand, doing my thing. So often when I sit down with so I want to explain sort of something real quick. When I work with writers, it's more as a coach, an advisor, a mentor, a guide, in that sense that I hear what you're trying to say. I visualize the picture, the story, the journey you're trying to take the reader on. And so as we craft that story together, a lot of times I will sit down with a pen and read it in a traditional reading it format. And I'll be making notes like, I don't understand this word, or why did this person say this? Because that doesn't sound like the word that they would use. Because what I know is that if you lose me as the reader, if I become exhausted, if I become distracted, if I become confused about where we're going and what the real purpose of the story is, I'm going to put it on the shelf and I'm not going to finish it. I may not even talk about it to my friends. And then you lose the ability to make the impact into the world that you want. And so I take what I do very seriously, but I love what I do. So I was digging into a book and I would jump up and I'm like, oh, listen to this paragraph. This is so well written. Or listen to this. Tell me if this, and so I worked through the weekend, or I played through the weekend, or I did what I love to do through the weekend and I got paid for it. So, hey, I don't know. Hope you got to do the same through your weekend. Yes, Greg, I am known as the ultimate nice guy, right? I have a good friend. She was here the other day. Her name is Ramona Rudd. If you see her, drop in and say hello to her. So she has known me, oh gosh, prior to the 96 Olympics. So probably since like 1990, maybe longer. And she's like, Eric is not the person you want to call and just get nice from. Like, yeah. Don't call Eric if you expect him to just sit there and go, oh, that's too bad. Oh, I'm sorry. She knows me well enough. She knows who to call. And I think we all have friends like that. We know who to call when we need the moving forward. So I have never been accused of being too nice, but I will work on it. I will work on it. So I want to take a moment and really talk about this nice thing. But before I do, I got to ask you, hit the share, hit the like, hit the comment button, do the thing that you're doing if you're watching it on Pinterest, YouTube, or here on Facebook. Because in order for me to continue to do what I do, to impact lives, to grow other people and move them towards the direction of their success, I need your help. I need you to do part of it. And part of that is letting other people know that this happens each and every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern live here. So do what you can. I appreciate it. And then we're going to get into the lesson on nice. So I said it was time to stop being nice. It was time to end the nice thing, that the world has had enough of nice. And that we've all heard that expressions, nice guys finish last. And I've never really understood what that meant, but it kind of implied when you're nice, you get taken advantage of. So you got to mean up. You got to gorilla up. If you want to win in this business, win in this industry, make a name for yourself, you got to stop being nice. And I'm going to agree, it's time to stop being nice. Nice is the thing you do when your mother's watching. Nice is the rules that you learn for conduct. Nice is a set of cultural behavioral patterns. One of the things that I learned when I moved to the South is everybody in the South is nice. Like, that's where the term Southern hospitality comes from. Everybody is nice here. Like, I thought everybody was my friend because I came from the Midwest, which is a different style. And so I would be like, oh, they're so nice to me. Oh, they're so nice to me. Oh, they're so nice to me. And I had a friend sort of pull me aside and say, Eric, I got to warn you. That's the way Southerners are raised. That's the way people in the South behave. That's the culture of the South, is to be nice, is to be polite. And we've all been in that environment where somebody was nice and it felt for a moment like, oh, that was warm. And then all of a sudden we began to question ourselves. We began to feel as if it was false flattery, or maybe that was something that they just did because that was the way they do things, or that they were nice up into a point, and then all of a sudden you felt like the temperature changed in the room when you walked towards the couch to sit down, or you reached for a cookie on the coffee table or whatever. Like, that nice thing only went so far and then it stopped. I know people who are in business and they'll say, well, I was just trying to be nice and look what happened. You know, I wanted to be nice and I got taken advantage. What we need is kindness, because kindness requires that we connect. Kindness requires that we listen in and that we learn about the other person and that we hear what they need, what their struggles are, what their purpose is, whatever it is. And then we find a way to meet them where they're at and support them in their journey, in their goals, in their mission, so to speak. Nice, that's a set of rules. That's a set of behaviors. That's a set of conduct. And we've gone through life being nice, but have we really gone through life being kind? We need kindness. We need to step out of ourselves, step out of the rules, step out of the behavior patterns, step out of the things that we do, and move into other people's lives, into other people's needs, into other people's pains and suffering, and find out how we can serve them where they're at. That's what kindness is. Kindness is moving from ourself into others, connecting, and then bringing the best that we have to them. It's funny, my daughter loves to say thank you, but she does it in such a way you feel obligated to say you're welcome. Whereas there's other people who come through my life that will say thank you, that I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, you just said that because it was almost like a burp. It just came out because that's what you were told and taught to do. But when my daughter Eva says thank you, you can hear her heart in it. You can hear that you touched something that she needed, and she's grateful for it. And so she expresses that gratitude in her kindness. And that kindness comes out in the form of a word, thank you. And it'll also sometimes come out when she'll just walk past you and give you a hug and smile. And then she does this little rub thing where she'll say, I like you. We need desperately to create kindness in our lives. We need to end the nice thing and open up the kindness thing. We need to be willing to say, I'm done being nice. I'm going to start being kind. And if I can be kind to one person today, sincerely, truthfully, honestly kind to them, I've done a great thing. I can be nice to 1,000,000 people and leave no impact, no echo, no moment for them. But if I can focus in and be kind to one person, I can transform their lives. I can transform my life. I can transform the universe with one act of kindness. So I know I kind of teased you guys with it's time to end being nice. But often when we're working in stories, that's that pattern interrupter sentence. That's that create the confusion so that you can lead the reader out of it into a new place. I want you to stop being nice today and start thinking about what kindness feels like for you and how you can bring that kindness into others. I am so blessed when Eva comes through the room. I mean, I'm serious. And she says, thank you. And I feel so guilty because what I did just to get it done. Like I just race through it sometimes. I just like, in my duties to be a dad, it's like, okay, here's your breakfast, here's your juice, blah, blah, blah. Have a good day. And she'll stop and she'll echo gratitude for that action. And it makes me realize that if I had given more, how different it would have been. So I'm asking you today, I'm kind of leaning into you and say, let's make this a week of kindness. Let's talk to our kids. Let's talk to our teams. Let's talk to our family and say, you know what? We're done being nice. We're going to work on being kind. And for us to be kind, we need to listen. We need to feel. We need to watch. We need to ask. And then maybe ask again. And then we need to lean into what they need, not what's convenient for us. We need to open ourselves up to the other person instead of just go through our day. And our goal as a family, as a team, as an organization is to figure out how we can be kinder to our clients, to our customers, to our friends, to our families, to each other, to ourselves. And maybe, I don't know, create a kindness chart and talk about it at dinner with your kids. Talk about it at dinner with your spouse. Talk about it at lunch in your break rooms and say, how did we do on the kindness meter today? Did somebody got a kindness story where they listened, where they questioned again, where they had to move out of the policies and the procedures and the organizational thing that we operate in and do something that connected to that customer, that client, that fellow employee that left a moment? Because if you want to grow your influence, if you really want to make an impact in the world, kindness, not niceness. Niceness is not the new app or whatever the book title is. No, kindness. Because kindness is connecting. Niceness, that's just protocol. That's just politeness. That can be found in a book. All right? So I don't need to be the nicest guy in the room. I'm not even going to try and be the nicest guy in the room. You don't need to worry about me showing up and being the nicest guy in the room. But I promise you this, somebody will walk away from an experience with me and say, man, he's kind. He is kind. Wouldn't you rather have that be your legacy? And today you can create it. Today it is a choice. Make the choice for kindness. Skip over niceness. I mean, niceness we learned in kindergarten by saying, thank you, Mrs. Smith, for our crayons. Let's work on kindness. We're bigger than that. I thank you guys for being here. It does mean a lot when I get to show up and I have a community of friends and people that are willing to commit to their growth, that have said, I'm making a conscious decision today to invest in myself, to invest in people, to invest in my organization. I have chosen to take this moment. Now I'm going to sort of push into you as Coach Eric and say, now take action. One decision moves you closer to the action, but you still have to take the action. You have to lean in and do the thing you need to do. So get it done, folks, because we got this. We got this. The sheer fact that you're up and moving this morning and that you're somehow listening into this, whether live and in the replay, tells me that you got this. And if you need help organizing it and figuring it out and knowing which direction to go, I got it. So just connect with me. Yes, kindness is unconditional. Thank you for that, my brother. Thank you for that. Kindness comes from a much higher place. Nice? I mean, like you can have a flavor of ice cream and go, yeah, that was pretty nice. Didn't require a heartbeat, didn't require a soul, didn't require consciousness. Kindness requires consciousness. Kindness requires a heartbeat. Kindness requires a soul. And in this time, in this confusion and chaos and just utter disconnectedness, the world needs a heart. The world needs soul. The world needs conscious awareness. The world needs you. So let's get it done. Let's get it done, folks. And you know I'm going to tell you, you are worthy of kindness. You are so worthy of kindness. So open yourself up to receive it. Know that it is all around you. Trust that it is all around you. The world radiates with kindness if you just breathe. All right. Well, I'm going to be back today at 3:30. We have a guest over in the Your Success Life group. We're going to be talking about fear and really how we built this culture of fear and how our political climate and our corporate climate and our social economic climate right now is really being sort of fueled by fear. And how do we break that cycle of fear in ourselves and in our organizations and in our teams? How do we become fearlessly successful? How do we stop buying into this fear speech that's filling so many of our lives by somebody who's written a book on it, Breaking the Corporate Fear? So join me today at 3:30 over in the Your Success Life group. It's going to be a great lesson. It's going to be a timely lesson. I promise you that. All right, a lot happening, a lot going on. You need me? Eric at ericgreed.com. And I say that like almost each and every time, unless I forget, and then I get a reminder note. You've made a decision to commit to the morning. You've made a decision maybe today to take action into kindness. What is the decision you've been kicking around and putting off and waiting for the new norm to kick in that maybe I can help you with? Reach out. No harm, no foul, no penalty, no cost. All right? Let's see what we can do together. All right, until I see you guys tomorrow, go out and be kind. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. Let's create a culture of a cultural shift of kindness. Woo! Can't do that one live on radio. A cultural shift of kindness. All right. I will see you guys today at 3:30 over in the Your Success Life group. Till then, be well, my friends. Be well. Bye-bye.